Alright guys, back here again with another Mechwarrior 2 video. My video release schedule got a little bit off this last week. I had a week where I pushed out 5 Renegade videos one week. And I was arrogant enough to think I could keep the, well, at least the normal pace up the next week. Life had different plans, so Stunt Cycle, I forgot. It took me hours to beat, so it took me quite a while to edit those and get those up. And that was a while ago that I played that 2 or 3 weeks ago. There's lag time between the videos and being uploaded usually. But, and then also, I had my birthday this last week. I'm 41, yay. And then the very next day I fell down and sprained my wrist, which kind of threw things off as well. So, anyway, trying to get back into things. I'm going to try to push through Mechwarrior 2. And got some other videos going on right now too, but I'm going to try to get through Mechwarrior 2. So this mission is, what is it called? Temper Edge. The Falcon's powerful 305th Assault Cluster is pushed far into the forests of Finley Province on Baker 3's southern continent, Loa. Our 341st Assault has countered and engaged. During the enemy drop, a modified Tarantula T5 reconnaissance variant was able to successfully intercept and decode a transmission that contains a list of intended enemy attack corridors. The T5 was able to make it into the cover of the snow blanketed by Dawn Rift. So, codename Temper Ridge, Planet Baker 3, Terrain Snowy Pass, Time Dawn. I can't remember if this game actually takes into account that snowy planets should help with the heating and cooling, but we'll see, I guess. The T5 is in the field at Navro, wounded, a target of enemy artillery. You must escort a repair vehicle to the site, then assist the T5. Defend him and the repair vehicle until repairs are complete, then you must escort the T5 to Nav Sigma for a dust-off. Let's see, and then secondaries, destroy all units. Secondary, escort repair vehicle to dust-off. So that's interesting. Technically, I just have to make sure it doesn't get destroyed. Oh, so the T5 has to survive. The repair vehicle doesn't have to survive. Outside the cockpit of Star Colonel Ramon Sender's gargoyle, the waters of Baker 3's hot springs bubbled, but he did not notice. Other things occupied his mind, like the rising heat in his mech, the precarious footing provided by the hardened layers of mud and lime underfoot, and the odd branches of petrified wood that broke out the long submerged trees as the 341st Assault Cluster marched along the bottom of the Baker River. Sender checked his heat display again. The computer painted a solid line that ran from green through yellow and just into the red area of the computer screen. Sender cleared his mind. One way or another, none of it would matter in a minute. So even though they're on a snow planet, they are walking through hot springs. Sender looked over to his left, where Khan Natasha Krinsky's Stairwolf kept up with his gargoyle stride for stride. Sender could not help but grin to himself as his mech's cockpit broke the surface of the river. It wasn't just the thought of being out of the boiling river that brought the smile to his unshaven face. It was the anticipation of combat and the adrenaline that sent pumping through his veins. In the distance, he spied the communications dish of the Falcon Command Center. In his excitement, he almost missed the Falcon Kit Fox that wheeled and stood watching. As the 341st Assault Cluster began to rise out of the river, the hot metal skins of their mechs emitting clouds of steam. Without thinking, Sender raised the gargoyle's right arm. A bright blue flash arced from the mech's arm, and the head of the Kit Fox exploded. Then Sender opened a channel to Natasha. You know he has broadcast a warning. Natasha Krinsky answered the Star Colonel's concern by firing her Widowmaker's autocannon at a Falcon adder that had just emerged from a clump of trees. The depleted uranium shells tore into the smaller mech's torso, cut through its myelmer. Muscle bundles twisted and blackened the internal structure and fusion engine and neatly opened its back before splintering an oak tree that stood 30 meters behind the remains of the Kit Fox. A dark plume of smoke rose from the adder. I want them to come, Khan Natasha said. I want all of them to feel how cold hell can be. Situation. For years, Baker 3's hot springs and lush forests had made it a favorite recreation spot for merchants traveling through the area. These same geographical features have been a source of pleasure for many who would spell death for the Jade Falcon's Jade Irie cluster, thanks to Khan Natasha Krinsky's daring battle plan. The Wolf 341st Assault Galaxy landed 60 miles south of the Falcon Command Center at the edge of Loa, Baker 3's southern continent. With the purple, I can't pronounce that, Mech ocean at their backs, the Wolves split up. Half of the force made its way into Loa's dense forest to seek out and destroy Jade Falcon patrols. Meanwhile, the remaining Wolf mechs entered the hot spring-fed waters of the Baker River and began a slow march along its bottom. With the superheated water of the river masking the mech's heat signatures, Khan and Natasha hoped to outflank the Falcons and surprise them. That's interesting. Got some slowdown there. Alright, I'm gonna launch it. We'll see how it goes. Actually, I haven't played, in real life, I haven't played this game in about 2 or 3 weeks, so it might take me a little while to get used to the controls again. Especially since I remapped them to my gamepad. I sometimes forget how good the music is in this game.
Ambient temperature 26.67 degrees. Local time is
See if I can remember how to do this.
37 GST. All systems nominal.
Oh, they're already taking off without me. I better get going. Alright. Alrighty. Oh, we got enemies already.
Nav row reached.
Oh, up. Somebody's closer. Ugh. Yep. Taking me a while to get used to the controls, but I'll get there. Ugh. Okay. Mad Dog versus Jenner should not be a problem. And I kind of actually want to like draw off their fire so they don't destroy my things I'm supposed to be defending. Oh geez, like that. I might lose because I'm being dumb. Alright. We got a no-legged kit fox. Should probably, yeah. So they're attacking my tarantula thing. I want to engage them. I want to engage them so they don't damage my tarantula. Oh jeez. And I'm a bigger mech than these guys, so I just want to take the direct route and...
Enemy mech destroyed. Enemy power-up detected. Enemy mech destroyed.
Okay. Might be safer if I take the fight to these guys so they don't get up on my tarantula guy again. Blow off an arm.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Trying to get his attention. Is that an arm that blew off? This guy seems to be programmed to ignore me. Nope. Not ignoring me with both arms blown off.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Okay. Let's see. Not lost any missions yet. But did they blow up the repair thing, or is repair thing okay? Looks like it's okay. I don't remember what? Yeah, okay. No enemies. Am I just waiting? This mission's supposed to be over and within 15 minutes. I don't know, is that supposed to give me time to fight those guys? Like, I mean, I took them out pretty quickly. In old games like this, you never know. You never know if, like, the AI or the programming got, like, glitched up. And we had, like, salvage engaged in this game. That would be a really good salvage. Look at this thing. It's got its torso, its arm, and 2 legs. So, there is no salvage in this game because you get whatever mech you want. Mechwarrior 2 Mercenaries, there was salvage, but it was pre-programmed. Here we go. There was a, I think it's the Titanium edition of Mechwarrior 2 Mercenaries, where you could actually, you could have salvage, dependent on how you destroyed the enemy. Like, if you somehow got, like, a headshot, you could salvage, like, most of the mech. Oops, that was not locked on. Okay. That should finish him off.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Yeah, they're not even firing at me because they're gonna try to get by me and get the tarantula.
Enemy mech
Alright.
destroyed.
And I am not overheating very much, so I might actually have an advantage in this climate. Oof. Don't want to get backsplash damage. Gotta love my machine gun lasers.
Enemy mech destroyed. Secondary objective. Destroy all enemy mech units. Successful.
Well, there's no enemy units, then the rest of this mission is just waiting around for the repair to happen. That sounds exciting. So, how are you guys doing? I actually think Jenners, I don't know about the clan Jenners because I don't play with clans very much, but inner sphere wise, Jenners are some of my favorite mechs. They're, can't remember if it's 30 or 35 tons, but there's a sweet spot for mechs where you can be very fast but still have good armor and weapons, and the Jenner fits right into that spot. And then most configurations have it with speed, the walking speed 7, running speed 11, and then the jump speed's only 5. So it doesn't, it can't jump as fast as its maximum would allow it to, but it's, for the most part, it's fine. I pretty well never field mechs without jump jets because of the tactical maneuverability. I'm talking about the tabletop game, mind you. So in BattleTech, it's set up on a hex, And I'm talking classic Battletech. I haven't tried out Alpha Strike, though I've heard good things. Classic Battletech is set up on hexes. And so I'll take the Mad Dog that I'm driving for...
T5 unit has been repaired. Proceed to Nav Sigma for dust off. Sensors indicate friendly dropship has entered atmosphere. ETA dropship 1 minute.
Hmm? That's it? That's not even that far. Okay. That's cool. Anyway, what I was gonna say is...
ETA dropship 30 seconds.
Okay.
Nav Sigma reached.
So once the dropship gets here, I think I'll in. Anyway, so Mad Dog I'm driving has walking speed of 5 and a running speed of 8, I think. Because clan mechs tend to be a little bit faster overall. I can see the dropship coming. Each time you move or turn 60 degrees, it takes a movement point.
Primary objective, defend T5 reconnaissance unit. Successful. Mission successful.
Awesome. Well, that took less time than I thought. I'll just finish my quick little story. So, classic Battletech. To turn 60 degrees takes 1 point of movement. So if I need to turn, say, 180 degrees to turn all the way around, that takes me 3 points of movement. If my walking speed is 5, that means I can turn all the way around, but then only move 2 hexes. And then the enemies have a penalty to hit you based on how many hexes you've actually moved. Well, moving 2 hexes causes either no penalty or at most 1 point of penalty. I don't quite remember. You also lose movement going through rough terrain like forest or going up and down hills. That takes extra movement. So jump jets are nice because for one thing, you can jump any direction you want. So you don't have to spend movement costs for turning in that direction. You ignore all terrain for purposes of movement, like forest and hills, all that sort of stuff, so they don't slow you down. And then when you land, you get to face any direction you want. So even though it does take up valuable space on your mech's loadout, I almost always go for jump jets because of the tactical flexibility of it. And you can actually, in certain situations, depending on the terrain, actually you can get to the point where you can't win because you don't have jump jets. For example, I once got into a kind of a weird, not exactly a debate, but on the Battletech subreddit there for a while, there was a lot of discussion of urban mechs. And then the idea of a charger fighting an urban mech, we're talking 3025 inner sphere mechs. The topic of an urban mech versus a charger came up. And battle value wise, you can get 2 urban mechs for 1 charger. And dependent on the terrain, the urban mechs could win with minimal damage if, let's say there were cliffs that the charger couldn't get up, or if they were buildings strong enough to hold the urban mech's weight. You could jump up onto the top of a building and just sit up there and just snipe the charger until it was destroyed. Urban mechs are light mechs. I think they're like one of the heaviest light mechs. So they're in that sweet spot, but they also have terrible movement. But they have jump jets. So their movement is 2, walking 2, running 3, and then jump jets 2. But yeah, if you could find a building exactly 2 hexes tall or 2 elevation tall, you can jump up there because you only jump as high as your jump movement. Jump up there and just shoot the charger until it's destroyed. Charger has no jump jets. It's an assault mech that moves fast, and its only armament is 5 small lasers, which have a range of like 3, whereas like medium lasers have a range of 9. Anyway. In the tabletop game, I always try to put jump jets in all my mechs just because of that tactical maneuverability. All right, the T5 was safely returned to cluster command. The data was successfully interpreted. The mission was successful. So I got all the missions. Armed with the knowledge of the enemy's intended attack corridors, the 341st was able to execute an ambush instrumental in decimating the Falcon's 305th. Your honorable victory in the field is noted. The Kashyyyk is pleased. Aftermath. The battle in Baker 3 proved yet another stunning success for the Wolf Clan. In the end, the Wolf forces suffered only 21% losses, while the Jade Falcon suffered 98% losses. Unfortunately for the Wolves, the Mechwarriors of every lost Wolf battle mech were killed. For the Falcons, the battle seemed lost almost from the start. Star Colonel Buhalan sent numerous patrols from the Falcon's 305th Assault Cluster to destroy the Wolf mechs in Lois Forest, but none had any discernible success against the Wolves, who employed hit-and-run tactics to great effect. The forest's dense vegetation severely limited the Falcon's ability to target the Wolves, and eventually the mechs of the 305th, armed almost exclusively with ballistic weapons, found themselves low in ammunition. In growing frustration, Buhalan sent aerospace fighters after the Wolf mechs, as well as more Falcon battle mechs, until his forces were stretched across the continent and his command center woefully under-defended. At that point, the second Wolf force emerged from points along the Baker River that struck at the Falcon command center and the undefended flank of the 305th. 50 Falcon Omni-Mechs and 27 fighters were destroyed by the Wolves that day. Only 2 points of Falcon Elementals managed to make it back to the landing zone for extraction. That's a slaughter. I don't know if I mentioned it in previous videos, but I was kind of looking up on the lore of this. So the trial of refusal happened after the clans were defeated by the Intersphere forces at Tukayed. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Wolf and Jade Falcon mauled each other in this war. And then actually there was a follow-up war, I forget what they called it, like the Harvest or something, where Falcon and, so Jade Falcon and Clan Wolf replenished their warriors and supplies by challenging other clans to honor battles, with the rewards being taking their mech warriors and their mechs. I thought that was kind of interesting. That was a piece of the history I never knew before I looked it up. That's going to be it for this video. I do have enough time this morning, so I'll probably go ahead and shoot the next video now, but that will be for later. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.